Most people write subject lines that are about as exciting as watching paint dry. But we aren't most people. If your emails aren't getting opened, it's not because your list hates you. It's because your subject lines are a total snooze fest. No offense. But don't worry, because today I'm giving you 5 insanely clickable subject line formulas that'll have your audience itching to open your emails. And the best part? You don't need to be some copywriting genius to make them work. I'm even giving you real subject lines that you can steal and use today. And if you stick around until the end, I'll also break down the #1 mistake that people make when writing subject lines that actually tank their open rates. Trust me, you've done this. I've done this. We're fixing it today. Great, let's dive in. All right, formula, the wait what? Subject line. Professionally known as the curiosity trigger. You ever get an email sub with a subject line like so random and weird that you had to open it? That's what we're talking about here. It makes people go, huh? I need to see what's inside. So here's why this works. Because curiosity is a powerful thing, my friends, and our brains hate not knowing things. So when a subject line feels like it's missing context, we fill in the gap by clicking and opening and reading more about it. So let's look at some examples of this. You left your socks at my house. I don't know you, and I need answers. I was today years old when I learned this. Well, this is awkward. So if you want to put this into practice, here's what you can do. You can write a subject line that makes no sense on its own. It makes people feel like they need to open the email and get the full story. Formula 2, the FOMO is real subject line. Nobody likes missing out. Not on free stuff, not on secret sales, and definitely not on a juicy story. This subject line taps into that deep-rooted fear of missing something good. Why does it work? Because it adds urgency and exclusivity, and people are wired to react fast when something is scarce. It stops the "I'll open it later" syndrome. Some examples of this at work. Tomorrow this email self-destructs. Last chance, I'm deleting this in 3 hours. This is the only time I'm sending this. Use words like last chance, final hours, don't miss this, but here's the caveat. Be honest, because if you say an offer is going away and then you bring it back the following week, you're going to lose credibility with your audience. Have you ever opened an email just because you didn't want to miss out? Let me know down in the comments. Formula 3, the call them out subject line. This one is so good, it almost feels illegal. It makes your reader feel like you wrote the email just for them. So why does this work? Personalization, and it's personalization without needing their name. So instead of, hey, first name, you instead call out a shared experience. It makes people think, how did they know? And that's irresistible. It makes them feel seen, it makes them feel heard. So some examples of this at work. For the person who always overthinks their emails, stop doing this in your subject lines. This is why nobody's opening your emails. So give this one a shot. Think about a pain point that your audience struggles with and then call them out on it in a way that feels helpful, not mean. So if this is totally you, make sure you hit subscribe because I've got a whole series on email marketing for you. Formula 4, the numbers don't lie subject line. Numbers equal clicks. No, really. People love numbers because they feel specific, scannable, and way more clickable. So why does this work? It makes your email look easy to digest. Odd numbers work better than even numbers. Don't ask me why, it's the same thing in the rule of design. Some examples of this at work: 3 subject line tweaks that 10x open rates. 5-minute email fix equals more sales. My open rate jumped 42%. Here's what I changed. Put this one to work. Have you ever tried using numbers in your subject lines before? Let me know down in the comments. Formula 5, the tell them what's in there subject line. This one is exactly how it sounds. Sometimes mystery is overrated. If your email has clear, juicy value, say so right in the subject line. So why does this work? It cuts the fluff. There's no guessing. Your audience knows exactly what they're getting, and this works especially well for tutorials, freebies, and valuable tips. So some examples of this in the wild: swipe my 5 best subject lines. No opt-in required. The easiest subject line trick you'll ever use. My exact email template for more clicks. So give this one a shot. Don't overthink it. If your email is really good, just tell them why they should open it. All right? The bonus, the #1 mistake you're making. Okay, here's the biggest mistake that I see people making with subject lines. They try to be too clever. And I get it, you want to be witty. But if your subject line confuses people, they're not going to open it. So ask yourself before you hit send, would this make sense to a total stranger? Would I click on this if I had zero context? Your subject line's only job is to get people to open the email. If it's confusing, it's a fail. If you want even more high converting email tips, next week's video is going to show you exactly how to write emails that people actually want to read.